Hello, ladies, gents, and shifting mounds of flesh gnawing at the bones of their victims. We return to Cultist Simulator. It's the first time I noticed Perpetual Edition over here. Is there anything new happening here? Complete game, blah, blah, blah. Shift and click and drag, now drags the whole stack. That's nice. That's nice. Double click sends card to nearest open slot. This is quite experimental. It may cause issues we've missed. Okay, some patch notes going on here. Imprisoning a follower now correctly causes notoriety. Okay, unique items should be unique. I've seen this. Yeah, this I saw before. So apparently now, shift click and drag now opens a whole stack instead of just clicking on the number. And double click sends cards to nearest open slot, which will probably come really handy. Let's continue our descent into madness. I have spent a little bit of time organizing the board a little bit. Based on a few tips that I've received on the YouTube comments, namely, or mostly, I didn't rearrange the colors in a different string, but I did put all the cultists below their lore type, and that way I can very quickly tell what disciple or what cultist does what, and that seems terribly useful. I also shifted around the verbs a little bit, put all the commissions down here. The places I can go, exploration is now in that spot. Everything else is mostly the same, just a bit of tidying up, putting all the rights down there. Mostly unchanged other than that. So, Borden J. Betersen was very, very closely convicted in the previous episode. Thankfully, he threw one of his underlings to the maw of the justice, and they tossed that poor underling into jail, and I got off scot-free. Now I have this disgusting creature of parting limbs. Sometimes it divides, sometimes it unites, sometimes she speaks words of warning, sometimes he advises an appetite. It is a horrendous creature that is mowing down on all this evidence that has been created for me, and hopefully we'll get rid of it. My understanding is that this is an 80% chance. Having an 8 on Moth is an 80% chance on getting rid of this evidence, 20% chance on failing getting notoriety, probably. This scumbag, since I have discussed a whole bunch of things with him and they were not effective in demoralizing him in some way, now he has all of the traits ever conceived. He's a mystic, which means that creatures of the manses will not affect him. My rival is nearly invincible now. He is erratic, which is the only saving grace I got against him, although it can also bite me in the ass. Maybe I don't have notoriety. He creates evidence anyway. He is also tenacious, which means that he will survive physical attacks even against things that would normally destroy him. He is also grim. Grim Hunter is going to be swayed by the allure of glory. And he is also idealist, which means cannot be demoralized. So we got quite the foe in Spencer Hobson. Thankfully, he is also erratic, so we might simply get away with getting rid of the evidence that he comes up with all the time. We'll see. We'll see what happens there. Still working on the Institute, getting that steady paycheck where money keeps draining away for our daily lives. We are reading the irreproachable traditions of the Society of the Noble Endeavor. A very wonderful tome that will probably give me some orange lore, which will be very, very welcome indeed. And we are healing from a horrendous affliction. That we're also exploring the shires that feature in the histories. We're trying to find some other hidden places in the world that will give us more loot. And lastly, we have 2 of the horrendous failed states. Wonder if they have changed that. It will destroy you. Still says it will destroy you. I don't think that they have changed that. They did seem to change how justice works, how people, when they prosecute you, can now throw an underling. I have lost from it in the past because it just basically just killed you. So I don't know exactly whether they changed it or it is random. I guess we'll find out eventually. But we have despair going. We have 1 point of dread, looking for more. We do have some fascination feeding the trembling in the air. So really not a good time. Not a good time for Borden J. Betersen. Dangers are constantly at his heels. He does not appreciate being haunted all the time by all the terrible things. But time and again, he will go to the white door and we will try to get everything that he can possibly get. from the dreamscape that lives inside of his mind. We can now speed things up a little bit. I maybe should have grabbed some contentment from somewhere. We have finished our tome. Partridge claims to have identified consistent features among those who ascended. All of them had passed the stag door and were accounted no. All of them spoke the Chalidate invocation, or a greater rite at the start of their ascension. And all of them were rich. Another the reason, Orison. So we get a third of those. I appreciate those. Pretty sure we're going to try and improve our forge knowledge, but we do have quite a lot of tomes here. I think that is the easier and faster way to higher knowledge. I could be very much incorrect about that, but let's translate. I would like to get some more. This is lantern. No. This is plain yellow. It is not knife, it is certainly lantern. I would like to get some knife. Some edge lore. Because I'm an edge lord, so I'm going to translate the Bellis Murorum into a language I can understand. Century epic poem by the pseudonymous Solipsistos. Alright, I am happy to start such studies and carry on with our wonderful cultist life. But that I reposition everything, so everything's kind of skewed. I'm okay with going back to the place. No rites going on right now. We have a disgusting creature getting rid of the evidence, and hopefully it will be effective. Oh wait, word from the raw prophet, the mound of flesh. Ooh, a 1 is good. A 1 means that my minion has returned. The evidence has been destroyed. I'm a little safer. This pleases me. Well done, raw prophet. You can crawl back into your cubbyhole, your flesh mound. We have encountered the Lockwood Fen. I look forward to exploring the Lockwood Fen. All the places that we can explore, we can put them right there. I think it's time to go into another expedition. I don't care about notoriety. I am the most amazing cultist ever conceived. I don't need to hide from nothing. So we're going to explore one of these two places. The Romans dug for silver until they reached this unsanctioned space where the names hid things not fit for sunlight. Many others have come since then. Even as the tunnels crumble, some have never left. Sounds very ominous. I wonder whether the obstacles that you find in expeditions are random or they are preordained depending on the type of thing that you go to explore. One or another, we're going to toss the raw prophet in there. He is my best minion for the thing. This disgusting, writhing mass of flesh that accompanies Pope Clifton. They're both going to do. Have a fantastic bit of camaraderie. Off you go into an expedition. Possibly a bad idea when there's other things pressing for my attention right now, but we'll see what happens. We prepare for the descent. We bring rope, tools, light. We arm ourselves against anything down there that may yet move. I look forward to all the terrible things that will happen in the depths. I keep hitting 1 because I've been playing a lot of RimWorld, and you control the flow of time with the numbers, but in this game, it controls the zoom. So you just hit spacebar so that the time may pass again. We go back to the white door. Restlessness will become dread, which will counteract my fascination, but there's also dread going on right now, so perhaps something else at this time. Restlessness, let's go to the orchard. We get a glimmering. Oh, I'd rather have the other thing. But we got some glimmering. The sun in splendor, the hour once ruled by the Manses, was known and walked the orchard. Sun in rags, blah, blah, blah. We've seen this before. 2 glimmerings, though. Is the study slot open? In 5 seconds it will be. And we have a collection of thingies. So let's get another point of passion, even though I don't use them much because I don't use the painting skill. I really should. Put that there. Might as well get that extra point of passion. Is super easy. Boink. 60 seconds to more passionate status. Let's get some contentment. Super easy to get contentment. I am kind of going broke, so I feel... Oh man, I'm not even talking to nobody. I need to be always talking. Disciple. Everybody has been upgraded. I feel like I need to get more people. I've been a little free with how I spend my poor cultists. So let me just use a bit of lore that I don't need right now and go out and see if we can find some more poor bastards that we can use to our advantage. Get my dedication power back. We got a little bit of restlessness. Hopefully we'll counteract the damn fascination. If we get... Yeah, I should be plenty of time. Give me that money back to work with you. Should be plenty of time to get the contentment in there, and then the dread will counteract the fascination. That should work quite nicely. Let's see what kind of obstacles we find. Expedition plans for the next challenge. It'll consume funds. I can add funds, blah, 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 blah. Let's see what we have. The fretful dead. Not all the dead rest easy. These ones dislike our intrusion. We can prevail against them with edge, or they may obey one who comes in the name of winter. Ugh, neither are my dude strengths. He has Grail and Moth, so I need to send a couple... I don't think I have one with 5 edge, and I have one for 5 winter. That's about it. Then pits and quags and sun trumbles. The earth here cannot be trusted. We will need a strong hand to clear sight, forge or lantern. So that is upsetting because the raw profit is completely worthless in this expedition. So not very pleased about that. One thing I don't know for sure is which one happens first. I think this one happens first. So let's send... We already sent some some lantern. So I guess we are left simply leaving... I do have 2 of forge though. So if I send these 2, I should get up to 10 forge and we'll be able to get past the crag, no problem. I'm hoping that's what happens first. I'm hoping the leftmost happens first. If it's not, I'm going to have a pretty bad time against this thing. We'll see once this timer runs out. It will actually tell me what obstacle we're in fact facing. Contentment, there you go, and counteracts the dread. Back to the way of the white door with you. No, the health is depleted. There you are. This will counteract there. I need to pay close attention. I don't want to lose. The watchman will lend virtue to our lambs, that they will show us the perils to avoid. Probably. Yeah, so this happens first. The leftmost obstacle happens first. So we have Valcian. She can go over there. And now we get 10 forge. It makes it so that this obstacle is completely trivial. We call upon the Madrugad, who cannot be unbalanced. An hour of forge as well as winter. We'll make our own path through. Success is certain. That pleases me greatly. This guy goes back to his shenanigans. He can produce some frickin' tentative evidence. I don't care. My raw profit shall destroy every single one of your efforts, you scumbag. More than what I was. Get some passion. It doesn't go in there. It's so silly how it doesn't stack. It's so silly that you get the auto collect and it doesn't go into the stack. Instead, it just does something stupid. Anyway, might as well study this. There's no other thing that I can do. I have no glimmerings or erudition. Anyway, the poem elliptically describes a war between beasts, weather phenomena, arcane concepts, and dildo-wielding maniacs. It's quite specific about the tactics. The dildo-wielding maniacs they strip completely, and their dongers just float in the air. It gets the enemy extremely distracted. So Sistos was a very, very, very disturbing individual. What's happening here? Okay, we're going to the white door. Dread is counteracting the visions. Everything's fine. We get some more money. Back to work with you. I don't have the lore to create the one and only commission that I've got right now. Currently, we are getting an acquaintance to be more stupid. And join me. Furtive truth. I shall go to the orchard and get a forgotten chronicle. This pleases me. We have read this before, so no need to be reading nothing right now. The health is fatigued as usual. The way of the white door comes back. There's no reason to do anything other than go back to the white door and continue getting more stuff out of it. What you got? Resistant plans for the next challenge. So we have this disgusting thing. And I really have nothing but a duel with a knife. We also have the winter lady. But I think I would rather spend There's a little bit of a delay now, clicking on things. It's kind of funky. It didn't used to be delayed like that. Maybe I put something in the options that I shouldn't have. One way or another, this guy is going to go and try to kill the freaking dead with his knife. He is a violent individual. He's waiting patiently until it's time to knife someone again. You have plenty of opportunity. Is there now a delay? You are scaling autosave. No, there's no delay configured. See, click on something. There's a bit of a delay now. That did not used to happen. Don't know what's happening. I mean, it's very minor, but it's kind of infuriating. So this scumbag is going to possibly create some evidence. No, he was completely garbage. Has my avatars been practicing a musical instrument instead of pursuing the investigation? Flinging darts at a corkboard or just taking very long naps? Reports are inconsistent, but so is their behavior. They've made no progress. You know what? I'm going to keep you around, Spencer Hobson. I'm just going to get rid of your evidence whenever it comes and just not really care much about you. I know that you're nearly indestructible, but you're also nearly freaking retarded. So we're not going to care about your problems. Tristan dislikes distractions. Tristan gets things done. Sounds like a Forge type of dude, but we need to, of course, be able to ascend him. And you know what? I think that is the thing that I want to do right now, because he might be a knife or he might be Winter dude. So he might be Winter if he gets that. We'll find out. It's very easy. There you go. I could have easily gotten rid of something undesirable, but I don't have anything undesirable right now. So we're just going to induct another idiot into our cult. These poor bastards, they follow me like chumps. They all have no idea what's coming to them. The 2-1 joined, the horned distinguished, consequently, blood. A Chiliarch's lesson. This is the bone-deep story of the 1000 man learned in antiquity, of blood and its exits. To speak it aloud is to hear the sword hiss. Vagina, it says. Nice. We are now able to, I think, fulfill that substantial commission of edge, and that pleases me. For now, I think we're going to just keep reading, keep studying this garbage. More lanterns seems reasonable. Let's just get some more whatever the hell this is. It's probably heart. The light incarnadine. Start that garbage. Oh yeah, that's right. You need to spend health to go to the white door. What you got? These dead with their avid, pitiful eyes have died once already. Their hold on the waking world is weak. We should be able to send them down into darkness, but we must take care. I ain't got no more knife or winter. I do have winter, so I could send them to hedge my bets, but I'm pretty sure it only picks one. It picks one of the methods that you can have. Let's see. We call upon the ivory dove who cannot be deceived. The dead watch us closely, expressionless as saint statues, but we're invested with the power of winter. Probably the dead will recognize that. So I don't think that it takes both. Like, it will not roll the dice twice. It simply takes one of them, rolls the dice, gives you a failure of success, and then kills one of your people, and then you continue on. So I'm not going to send somebody that might simply die for no reason. We get our money back. Let's see if we can get our commission done, which goes over there. We throw the Chiliarch lesson, and it requires reason. Let's get to work. Write a substantial treatise on the lore of the practices of the edge. With a pretentious name like that, I'm sure it will be a very successful treatise. What you got? Who are you? Forge. Another Forge dude. Tristan dislikes distraction. Tristan likes results. Since he's another Forge dude, we're going to leave his ascension, since we have 3 of them. Well, for now. Since we have 3 of them, we're going to simply leave his ascension to a later time. Oh, one of these should give me another commission. There you are. Poppy! Give me another commission. I'm ready to work. We have an icy atmosphere, which is useful in many places, but not in anything that we're trying to accomplish right now. Let's go back to the orchard and get some contentment. I'm okay with that. It's good to have some contentment. The hours have been called unmerciful, but they permit sleepers sometimes to walk in the orchard of lights, where each fruit glows like a sunset, and everything is said that you have been reading before. So let's simply skip reading that whole nonsense. Back we go. We get another commission. Here's what she needs. Commission of knock, very substantial. My specialty, thank you, Poppy, for giving me this piece of work. It's going to be extremely trivial for me to accomplish. So what happened? When the dead return to us, they use what matter they can if their bodies are gone. Dust, rust, cobwebs, scraps, and tatters. Now that we have broken them, these tatters are all that remain. This pleases me. The Eldritch has unsheathed his blade. He went to town on those zombies. He pierced their brains, Walking Dead style. He found no problem whatsoever wrecking through those legions of the undead. Fantastic stuff. Some more health to go over there. Is there anything I want to talk about to anybody? I don't think there is. My commission, yeah, I'll just leave it until the commission is open. We have studied, we have now the translated Orchid Transfigurations Volume 1, A Feast. The first volume of a compilation of Quasi-Rosicrucian. Holy crap. Compilation of Quasi-Rosicrucian. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. The first volume of a compilation of Quasi-Rosicrucian. Hell yeah. Allegories. Supposedly by Robert Flood. This is a later English translation. Yeah, a later English translation written by me because I freaking translated it, bitch. Robert Flood is actually a person. This game pulls a lot from ancient history and you know, historical figures, probably controversial or kind of unhinged, you see, and pulls it into the lore of this and gives them a mystic bend, mystication bend. The illustrations are certainly striking. They flush the skin and glow beneath the eyelids after the book is closed. There's so much penis in this book. Can't even tell you. Commission is almost done. It's all good. This pleases me. Everything pleases me today. I finished the manuscript. The Chiliarch lesson comes back. A substantial investigation of Edge. We can now talk to the Count Jennings. Here's your garbage. Give me some payment. I've done as you asked. I deserve the most fantastic payment ever conceived. Let's get a wonderful commission going. We have all of the resources. Some substantial manuscript we're going to create. We get a little bit of contentment there. I appreciate it. The expedition was successful. We're going to get a little bit of notoriety out of it, but it's totally worth it. A bronze spin tree, erudition, mystique, and of course our dude that comes back. Okay, I think it's time to try to upgrade some of my knowledge. Back to my favorite place in the world. We're going to click there. Favor from Authority, but see, this one is not the same. I remember there was a favor from Authority. There was that pink lore right there, and when I clicked on the orchard, it did show a favor from Authority, but it totally changed that one. I'm still convinced it's random. It's not a wide set of things that can happen. It's just random, or maybe, well, everything in a computer is every random thing that happens in a computer is a very wide arrangement of things that can happen. So technically it is a very, very vast set of sets that can happen, but it gets to a point where you can't really predict what's going to happen once you click one of the ways. This is something we have read before, so it's all good. This is not going to come in handy. Something that I have been reading a little bit in the Steam forums of this game, trying to keep up with what they're going to do with it, because I am very, very intrigued with how the game is going to progress. So a reason to dream, bleak thoughts. There's no dread anywhere, so we're just going to let that run. This expedition is going to happen very, very soon, so I'm very much looking forward to it. There is Stale, and dust sifts worryingly down from the rock above, but the dead lights still. This chamber, with its chalked figures and ancient stains, looks promising. Back to the way of the white door you go. Nothing really I need to do. Should maybe be talking of the occult out there. Is there something I want to talk about? Yeah, we have this commission very, very soon. We get a glimmering and we get a red sea. Really? the lowest thing you can possibly give me? It was a translated tone. Jeez, we must devour to be devoured. We cannot be undevoured, as we cannot be unborn. Tell that to all the vor fetish psychos on freaking Tumblr. There's so much devouring going on, but they never seem to actually die. They just look inside of the stomach, looking all very, very distraught. It's quite disturbing. Anyway, I think I'm going to get another sweet piece of lore upgraded. Okay, my giant pile of people has been successful. Nobody died somehow. We do get some notoriety. This is, guys, Forge. This is Forge. This is Lantern. The raw profit has returned. We're going to try and do as much as we can with this raw profit before it goes away. We get an orange tome, Traveling at Night, Volume 3, The Annotated Dream Journals of Christopher Illopoli, sometimes called the only readable occultist. Literate and turning bewildering. This is the third volume. We have read more stuff from this guy, but not the third volume. Oh, that's right. In the lead-lined sarcophagus lies the skeleton of a woman. She wasn't buried here. It looks like she crawled in to die. Something has happened to the shape of her skull, pushing out the jawline like the muzzle of a beast. Scraps of rotting linen swathe her bones. Treasures lie among the remains of her clutching hands between her ribs. That is very grim. I have desecrated a corpse, grabbed it literally from its cold dead hands, or perhaps just the bones. The Rose of Nuriel, marked with the triple sign of the arcane contemplative order known as the Sisterhood of the Knot. Sisterhood of the Knot in the Traveling Pants, in Greek. Another tome to translate, and we also find the Fire Circle Tantra. The one known extant copy of this is in Western Europe was stolen from the British Library in 1892. One Harvey Haddington confessed to the crime and claimed to have eaten it with butter and garlic in a moment of ungovernable whimsy. Fantastic stuff. Wonderful account of whimsical creatures. There was something here that I wanted to do. That is why I was a little focused. Yes, I wanted to sell this. How much money do I get out of this bronze spin tree? This unusual item will definitely earn you some funds. Go for it. It's only 30 seconds, very easy. I would like to do something with this raw profit, but most of the things are occupied right now. Let's see if we can get a higher level orange. Boink. Do it. Very few know that smiths and murderers speak the same prayers. I'll examine those players. I'll examine those players. The commission is about to be done, so we might as well get the reward for it. Getting the timers to go a little bit slower because, you know, this game is not going slow enough. You finish the manuscript. That is great. My reason back. The Meniscate of Invocation comes back, and we get a very substantial investigation. All right, and I think that was Poppy. A message on my phone. This is totally breaking the immersion. Just kill the immersion completely. There you go, Poppy. Give me some sweet rewards. Another commission is happening right now. So into the Institute. Let's see what we can do, because one of the nice things of getting your first summon, you can use it again for another summon. So before it disappears, it behooves you. Stop it with the talking people in the phone. It behooves you to use this as an assistant. It will give you a ton of lore, as in, you know, a ton of points to use in your rights. Definitely don't want to sacrifice it. So, does this take an assistant? Yeah. Here you go. Already start with 8 Moths and 8 Grail, but this is certainly nothing. So, at the very least, we can use it to summon another one. Grill for the raw profit source, and a little Moth for his Chaos Addiction. Already I can, without even an offering, well, I can, just with these, I can resummon a raw profit. Of course, it can always go Ori. You don't want to get too excited about summoning these people. So, but the important part is, I I am very unlikely to lose this guy, even if I let the timer run out a little bit, simply because as long as I have the work thing open, it'll be okay. Oh yeah, a silver spin tree, which is the highest form and also pornographic, so that's fantastic. So Mystique, and Poppy comes back. She is of course on cooldown. I think I want to go speak of the occult to the street, get me some more wonderful cultists, because I do feel like we need more people. 4 funds is okay, not something that fills me with joy, but it's fine. I would like to keep 2 as a baseline, and then anything extra that we get I'll simply sell in auction. For now I think we can simply go on another expedition. What else can I do? I'll go on another expedition. I guess I can find. It's already 30 minutes. Yeah, let's do another expedition. Certainly because the raw profit, the timer is going down. I wanted to do that, so off it goes. And since I have so much forge, we're going to toss this dude. No. This is the low level dude. And we toss the money in there. Really have so many tomes. I should be studying that before going back out to get more stuff. Fleeting memory happens. We're going to get some more restlessness over there. Back to the dreamland. Nice atmosphere, not something I care about. Forgotten Chronicle. We need to get more of these expeditions. Health back. The way to the white door. Back you go. Restlessness. Where'd it go? Where did the restlessness go? Over here. Stop it. Stop doing foolish things. There. Alright, what you got? Our expedition plans for the next challenge. Alright. Oh, jeez, I missed the description. Mentions the opportunity to serve. Let's hope it ends well for us all. There we are. Out into the mudlands. Somewhere, we are certain, is a shrine bedecked with precious oddments. If the locals try to kill us, we are probably heading to the right direction. Alrighty? So we have a bunch of people, mortals, perhaps even ordinary mortals, but quite a number of them. They can be fought, seduced, or deceived. Finally, the raw prophet is going to throw a whole bunch of flesh to their eyes and is going to blind them. Pits and quags and sudden tumbles, we've seen this before, so we have a surefire way. Surefire way of dealing with that, which is throwing the other bit of forge in there. We get a 10 forge. It will be 100% guaranteed we get an easy time through those obstacles. Goes the passion. So we have found another idiot to do our bidding. This is fantastic. I am waiting to get more patrons though. Patrons. Promising research. We get a little bit of insight. The project has possibilities. Good stuff. We invoke the Madrigal, an hour of forge as well as winter. Blackety blackety blah. We're going to jump over this crag like it's nothing. And we go back to the dreams and we're going to go to the Forgotten Chronicle. It's a story I heard from my Kirshan days. You are welcome to an remember me. You came to make the pilgrimage. Something we have read before. Another. We have 8 of those. We only need 4 to find the unique places, and after that, you get generic, less rewardy places. So, not something that I care about doing more than 4 unless I run out of things to do. I do have some dread over here. I can dream with it with some contentment, but for now, back to the way of White Door we go. This expedition is going well, I assume, with Muspera and Thorn Scratch, but we've made it through. We get our money back to the Institute with you, getting some more insane cases worked into. I have convinced another poor fool to come with me. Go away. Enid, an acquaintance. And speaks softly, and sometimes her gaze doesn't focus on anything invisible. Pretty sure she's Winter. Put that there, put this here. Might as well get rid of this dread or the restlessness. I'll get rid of the restlessness. Society of the Holy Wound. Enid. Restlessness. The Indivine Right. Another poor soul tethered to my cause. Once more, our idiotic rival tries to piss me off. Our expedition plans to the next challenge. So, I don't have any more people of Muff. So, 8 is going to suffice, and hopefully it will be enough. Put that there. Alright, now we have indeed... No, it's of Knock, which is not that useful as a minion. It's just useful for expeditions, and that's about it. But it's good to have them. Have them. There you are. Ink Van Wright comes back. Might as well get rid of this dread. We're going to ascend Tristan. Boink. Or rather, maybe spend 10 seconds for this. Yeah, let's do that first. Count Jennings. Or Poppy. Count Jennings. Boink. Give me another commission. I am willing to work. Our allure should sway the Watcher's minds. In theory. Back to the dreams we go. A furtive truth. I have so many of them. I'm just going to pass on that. Very happy to get the contempt instead of fascination. I can now dream away the dread instead of having to use the trappings. So that's good. Might as well. Put that there. And the contentment. There you are. Count Jennings has given me a commission of heart very substantial. I do have a lot of heart, so that's good. I have a very big and generous heart. This piece of trash requires a glimmering. I ain't got no glimmering. I already have 2 insight though, so we are very, very likely to get that. We're going to do this commission. We have the lore. We have the capabilities. Double reason right there. Oh no, reason and passion. Oh, because it's heart, I guess. Talking, no, not needed. Yeah, we'll get another commission from Poppy. You got this. The timer is going to run out. It's consuming all of my mystique, not the notoriety. That is good. Probably is going to happen both. Standard commission of Knock. This is lightweight, Poppy. This is garbage. How can you possibly tell me to do such easy things? The lore that burns has been increased. Wonderful. It is so weird how this weird card exists. It's just nothing. A shaping enchant. Yeah. That might be the stag door opening thingy. But of course I have no idea about that. But it's very nice to get some higher lore. Let's keep going through my gigantic list of tomes. Might as well get the one that does not need to be translated. Elopolis' disquisitions on fire and the unburned god are interrupted by passages of distractingly erotic poetry addressed to Baldomera. It was, little known fact, Baldomera was the name of his donkey. They have a complicated relationship, but in the end, their marriage survived all kinds of troubles. Very happy that I got rid of the dread because we got some dark thoughts going on over there. The commission is going to be done kind of soon-ish. I don't think there's any feelings I need to take care of right now. My sadness is under control. My joy is right up there. So let's just find us another fool. Maybe I need to go to the Ecdysis Club to find more patrons. I know I've found one going to the Ecdysis Club. I need to take that random chance. Their present pleasures will end ill for them. Perhaps they'll think it worth it. Meanwhile, we can pass. I have a feeling that the Raw Prophet disguised itself as the most alluring and enticing lady you can possibly imagine. It was a horrendous horror from beyond the wreathing flesh, dressed as a mermaid type of person. It sung its siren song, and it distracted those fools, gave them all kinds of earthly pleasures. But they don't know. They don't know the horrendous thing they spent some time with. Anyway, got me the passion back. We have finished the manuscript. The Waking Chant goes back. We get the commission. Oh. Looking forward to reporting with that. We're going to also... This commission of Knock, just gonna knock it out. That timer going. I don't think there's anything else that I need to do, so way of the white door it is. More health for you. We got some erudition. To reach the stag door, I believe that all you really need is to want something enough. But I've never wanted anything that much, except of course my donkey Baldomera, and I'm very much afraid that the knot in the story is this. What Baldomera wants is the stag door. There is delicious berries beyond the stag door. But here's something I learned in Persia. Perhaps it'll teach you what you want. All this reason is out of control. Let me put it all back there. The erudition goes over there. A Smith seems... What is this? What's this garbage? Just continue studying. We're just going to simply assume it was a fluke. What do you expect? What do you expect from the love story of the donkey Baldomera and Illopolis? You couldn't really expect much from it, could you? Get that fleeting memory back. It's already been 40 minutes. We're going to just wait for that expedition to happen. We find another poor soul that wants to come walk in my wake. Alright, another expedition complete. Apple green paint marks ritual circles on the rock. The remains of sacrifices past squelch beneath our feet as we search the shrine. In a little hollow in the throne rests an oiled bundle of treasures. It's all greasy and gross. Here in a flat rock, I totally spaced reading this part. The Ring-Yew shrine. Here of a flat rock, inches above the marsh water, is a throne carved of yew wood, ripe with fungus, ornamented with tarnished copper. This is the shrine we seek. And then we find a bundle of really disgusting dripping with oil. Who knows where this treasure has been put? Of course, we had some notoriety because we love it. Aspect to forge the raw prophet. I think it's time to summon another raw prophet. Ooh, nice, some winter lore. Like him. This book is famous for the near incoherent fury of its tone as the knowledge it contains in Latin, written by Donald Trump. Put that there. The Book of the Centipede. In the mid-1860s, one Madame Yi presented an entertainment-based, she claimed, on this book. Okay, freaking Greek. And the Ivory Book, in some kind of weird-ass language, a manual of the Ordo Limea, an order of quasi-immortals who maintain a secret enclave at the source of the river Limia, in the Roman province of Hispania Galicia. That is more in the Galicia. I have been there. I have walked there. It is written in Fucine. What the hell is that? People lived east of the lost Lake Fucino. Horace warned that theirs was the land of witches. This was their language, called by some the dry tongue. Let me reread that. Some the dry tongue, and by others the tongue of witches. Some books must be translated before they can be read. I have no idea how to access that language, but I look forward to finding out how the hell I can read that garbage. When another expedition has been complete, we are going to need to find even better expeditions. There you are. Every timer is going, so let's simply leave it right here. We have so many tomes to study. That's what's going to happen. I'm going to deplete all these tomes before trying to upgrade anything with the lores that I have. And probably next, and something that I should do, put that right there. Get another summon of a raw prophet. There you are. And hopefully it will not break free and consume my soul. Hopefully you're enjoying yourself so far. Slowly our group of individuals is growing. Our lore collection becomes more and more mighty. And soon we will cross the stag door and find all the horrendous, marvelous things beyond. I look forward to such things. I hope that you are as well. See you in the next one. Until then, let the raw prophet show you the way.